Hi, I'm back. Had a very busy weekend. Um, I started it off. Well, I can't remember when did I binge watch She-Hulk. It was before the weekend, so I started it off by binge watching She-Hulk, and then Friday night I went and I saw The Woman King. It was awesome. I want to go see it again. I will not spoil it if you haven't seen it. I will just say it's great. It's awesome. If you haven't seen it, go see it. There's a lot of controversy surrounding it about, the Dahomey and what they were historically and about them being, slaveholders and about this film ignoring that and glorifying them. Otherwise, that's not true. The whole central conflict of the film is the slave trade. So they do not ignore that. It's still a great film. You still should go out and see it. Viola Davis kicks major ass. Lashana Lynch steals the show. Um, John Boyega, John Boyega. He let's just say he walks away with many, many admirers after this. And and I gotta say, I love watching it in the theater because I was in the theater filled with black women. And there's nothing like watching a movie filled with black women in a theater filled with black women. It was the most exhilarating experience I have ever had in my life. It was like we were all bonded in sisterhood. And and I'm sorry, but you know how black people are. They're talking back to the screen and all that other stuff. There was plenty of that going around, but there was this one woman in the back who um who was clowning. It was hilarious. It was in the moment. There were moments where it would just be complete quiet, and she would just repeat like they would be chanting, and she would repeat the chant. So they would give their loud war cries, and she would give out their loud war cries, and it would just break the tension in the theater, and everyone would laugh, and it was amazing. And this theater served drinks. So I'm pretty sure not a few people were just a little bit tipsy. I know me and my sisters went together, and I know my sister next to me was tipsy, although she claimed she couldn't feel anything for the first part of the movie, but by the end, she was feeling something. She was acting tipsy. It was an awesome experience. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Probably will see it again. If not next weekend, the weekend after next, I got to see it again. It's just an awesome movie. It's one of those things you're going to see over and over again. Some people called it the gladiator of our time, and it really is that type of movie. It really is a gladiator type of film. And Gladiator was also based off of some semi-true events, and nobody was going around talking about, well, that didn't really happen. This isn't the real story surrounding what happened to Marcus Aurelius and his son and blah 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 blah. They just went to Gladiator and enjoyed the movie for what it was. Go to The Woman King and enjoy the movie for what it is. An awesome movie led by awesome actresses doing awesome things. 2 hours. Just go. It's awesome. So, next, She Hulk. Okay, So now I've heard complaints about She-Hulk. I've heard complaints about the CGI. So okay, the CGI for She-Hulk isn't great, but between time constraints and budget constraints, I'm pretty sure they just did not have the time to make her, because you could see the difference between her and Bruce. But Bruce has been built before. So it's a big difference between doing her and doing Bruce. Um, so I'm maybe next season she'll be better. Give her a chance, because other than that, I like the show. It's a sitcom. It's funny. I love when she breaks the fourth wall. I think it's funny. I love when she was like, when she brought up this ain't going to be a cameo a week per show, except for, well, there's Bruce, and there's Juan, and there was somebody else, and then somebody else. And then she was like, well, just don't forget whose shows this really is. And I just loved that. I also loved at the end of the pilot, at the end of the show, on the Eve song. I just, of course, the song is like old as molasses, but love that song. That's one of my favorite Eve songs. So, and it was perfect for the moment. Um, so love that. It's I like it. I like how they are, how they're trying to combine this whole she's a superhero, she's a lawyer, it's a superhero legal procedure sitcom. Um, I like it. Ally McBeal, if she was She-Hulk, it's cute. It's cute, of course, because it's a sitcom. Um, I gotta have my will there want that. They haven't brought one up yet, but I'm looking for one to exist because I'm very conventional and I feel like there's gotta be one. Right now, there are no candidates, none whatsoever. There almost was a guy that she dated, but then, of course, he just completely pieced out on her. Oh, in the most horrible way. But but yeah, so yeah, I'm enjoying She-Hulk. I'm, as you can tell, I'm invested in She-Hulk. I seem to be more invested in She-Hulk than I was in House of the Dragon. I am going to try to give House of the Dragon another chance. I'm going to give it another chance. We're going to try this week to binge watch the other 4 episodes that I haven't seen. We're going to give it another chance to see if maybe I can get invested beyond that, because that first episode just didn't grab me. But we're going to see if I can get invested um, beyond those episodes. But I am invested in She-Hulk. I think that's cool. Something I was watching made me realize Disney is going to make me watch Hawkeye. I have avoided watching Hawkeye all this time, but they're really going to make me watch Hawkeye. And this is what I hate about the MCU. The MCU makes you watch all the movies, all of the TV shows. You can't just skip stuff like, I don't care about Hawkeye, it's Hawkeye. Why would I want to watch that? But because it's part of the MCU, I gotta go watch however many episodes that show is. I'm not looking forward to it. Not at all. I'm not looking forward to it. But I'm more invested in She-Hulk than I am in the idea of going to watch. I was about to say Moon Knight. I was thinking about that show too. Hawkeye. Goodness, I hope they don't make me finish Moon Knight because I just couldn't. I got 2 episodes in, and it was like I'm through with this. But other than that, I had also a good sort of, filmmaker weekend. I went to this filmmaker indie movie night last night. We got to watch some short films. I dragged my older sister along with me, and we watched some short films. Saw this one film that was hilarious. It was the feature film of the night. Um, and it was basically a parody of 1990s music groups. I'm going to ruin the name of the movie. I think it's the untold story of Mild Sauce, and I think that's the name. Yes, but it's a parody of 1990s music groups, and I sat there in awe watching it. It was hilarious. But I sat there in awe because I'm like, who wrote all these songs? They had songs that sounded like it came straight out of the 90s. And I'm like, everything, like you could hear songs and you're like, okay, this song fits this group, and this song fits this group, and this song fits this, you know, this artist. And I'm just, as a filmmaker, I couldn't really, it's like I can enjoy the movie, but in the back of my head, I'm like, who did this? That's a lot of work. That's something that I would think is a great idea, but would throw away because it's so much work. That's a lot of work. That is a lot of work to do. So I commend the filmmaker for all of that hard work and for pulling it off. Oh my gosh, that film's great. It was great. So they're going to be having these indie movie nights every month. So we get to see different people's shorts or films each month, I guess. We'll hear more about it. I have to follow her Instagram. I don't have my well, I don't have my Instagram open, so I can't say what I can't say the Instagram handle because um but I will remember it next time. But yeah, it was awesome. There was a question and answer period. They had like a panel afterwards with all of the filmmakers whose like shorts that we watched. Um, Afterwards we got to they had a panel. They asked them some questions, then the audience got to ask questions. It was very interesting. Um, Learned a lot, got to network. Hate networking. Now I like networking. Meeting new people is great. Walking up to complete strangers and introducing myself and speaking to them, hardest thing. Can't do it. Can't do it. I cannot talk to strangers. It is the hardest thing for me to do. So networking is a very nerve-wracking thing for me. Like once I get going and I can start, then it's cool. But then I have to stop and then I have to start all over again. And it's just a night of just stopping and starting and stopping. It's just we need more. We need more ideas like what do you call it? Speed dating networking. That way, they do the movement for you. If I could just sit down at a desk and then every 5 minutes change, or if I can do the changing. Either way, if it's just a set speed dating thing where you have 5 to 6 minutes per person where you sit down and you talk, because really you're only doing 5 to 6 minutes, maybe 10 at tops. If you can get 5 to 10 minutes per person, depending on how long this event is, and just go, boom, 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 that would be awesome. Somebody come up with that idea, networking event, speed dating event. So it would be a lot easier on me to network and then invite me. Great, great. Well, that's all for today. Um, I will probably next time. I'm gonna try to watch all of House of the Dragon. I'm gonna try to watch all of the episodes that have happened so far, and the next time I go live, I'll give you my opinion on those episodes so far. Maybe even a more in-depth opinion than I did of She-Hulk. But I'll talk about House of the Dragon and what I think of it, since I forced myself to watch the rest of the episode. But see, I told you the Captain America series was good. See, you gotta listen. It's it was awesome. It was great. Yes, 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 yes. I am. I was just saying I'm gonna force myself to watch the rest of the House of the Dragon so far and see how that goes. The old black super soldier, that was basically the first cat. Man, how they did him was crazy. But it was believable and it was typical how they did him. That it was so believable. It was like if this were real life, that's how they would have done that in real life. That's how they would have done that in real life. Oh no, you didn't interrupt. I was wrapping things up. Um, I was about to wrap things up. I had just talked about She-Hulk. I've watched She-Hulk and I watched The Woman King. But I binged watch. Yeah, I'm gonna give House of the Dragon a chance and see how that is so far. I binge watched She-Hulk so far and I like it. Yeah, it was so sad. It was so believable. It was so sad how believable it was that it would have happened. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But I also watched The Woman King this weekend, so I love that. If you haven't seen that, you got to go see that. I highly recommend it. I saw it in a theater full of Black women. It was a great experience. A few of them were tipsy, but it was awesome. She-Hulk. Okay, my honest opinion of She-Hulk. Yes, her CGI is shady, but if you like Ally McBeal, like if you like legal procedures and sitcoms, then yes, you should watch it. The show is funny. It's a funny sort of legal procedure slash superhero show. They did a really good job of mixing. the legal procedure and the comedy together, and I like that. And I like the lead actress. She's very funny, and she's very likable. I liked her. Yes, please check out The Woman King. The Woman King is is basically the best movie I've seen this year. Of course, all I've watched this year were action movies, but it was still the best movie I've watched this year. Best. Yes, Alan McBeal is a throwback. Um, but it fits because hey, Alan McBeal had Robert Downey Jr. in it for a bit, but also it's about a lawyer trying to find love, which was Alan McBeal, and it was Alan McBeal was kind of quirky and offbeat, and that's what She-Hulk is. It takes place in this world where there's superheroes and you have a superhero lawyer. It's quirky and offbeat all in itself. Yeah. Yeah, you have to look past the terrible CGI. You do. Um, you have to look past it. It is terrible. But you have to realize that they had budget constraints and time constraints. But of course, thinking it's Disney, the whole budget constraints is laughable. But they had time constraints for real. Whether or not Disney has billions and billions of dollars, they did not have the time to develop her like they would Bruce. How's the fighting action in She-Hulk? The fighting is good. The fighting is good. There's quite a few fight scenes, and it's good. I like the fight scenes. And there's some big Hulk on Hulk action. That's great. That you would like. I think you would like that. But yeah, but yeah, yeah. Check it out. Check it out. So that's all I have to recommend this week. It's The Woman King and She-Hulk. I haven't really watched anything else new, which is why I have to get to House of the Dragon. No, there's a Samuel L. Jackson Marvel series. I saw a poster with Samuel L. Jackson on it. I thought it was a movie, but it's a series. Oh my goodness. Okay. I am intrigued. Now I have to go back to where I saw that poster. I'll find the poster again. I know I saw that poster somewhere online, but I think it was him, and he had like this gray beard. Um, I think he had a very bushy gray beard, and so I was like, what kind of movie are they putting Nick Fury in? That he's got this beard, and I saw the green people that he went off into space with. So that's why I thought it was a movie. Secret Invasion. Okay, I heard of Secret Invasion, but I thought Secret Invasion was going to be a movie. I didn't know it was going to be a series. Okay. Okay. definitely intrigued. They're giving him his own series. It would be nice if they give him his own movie, but I'm not going to complain much. I'm still going to watch it. uh, I'm not going to watch the trailer. I don't watch trailers because trailers give too much away. I like to go into things blind because it makes the experience a lot better for me. Like like when I watched Thor Ragnarok, I hadn't seen a single trailer. I had no idea what that thing was about. I had no idea the whole lightning eyes thing was going to even happen. So when that started happening, it was just a great surprise for me, and it was just awesome. So like things like that, I like to experience these things for the first time while watching the movie. That's why I tend to avoid trailers, especially for things that I really, really want to see. Like I did not watch a trailer for The Woman King until after I watched the movie because I just, a lot of times I watch the trailers after I watch the movie because then I get to see how they marketed it, but never before. Yeah, it was okay. So years ago, I watched this movie. Like my sister. Okay, I don't know how old you are, but there used to be this thing called Blockbuster Video, and my sister worked there, and and because she worked there, she got five free rentals. It was a video rental place. You can rent like videos, like DVDs and whatnot. So she got five free rentals a week. And we used to rent all sorts of stuff. So we used to see stuff like when you got five free rentals a week, we would just pull stuff off the shelves and see stuff that we hadn't even heard of. And there was like this one movie starring Charlie Sheen. We didn't know what it was about, hadn't seen any trailers for it, and it was like it didn't do anything um, in the box office or anything. But when we watched it, we really, really liked it. And it's because we went in completely blind and had no idea what it was about. And after that, I was like, okay, from now on, I'm not watching any more trailers. I'm going into movies blind because I think it enhances my movie going experience. And that's how I've been watching movies ever since. Oh yeah, Twitter. Twitter is a time bomb. So usually with Twitter, what I do is Twitter has this thing where you can what do you call it? You can mute words. So usually when it's time for movies to come out, I go in and I mute all the words for like say when Spider-Man No Way Home came out. I went in and I muted every title, Spider-Man No Way Home, every and then just Spider-Man and just muted everything that I could on Twitter so that way I didn't see anything, and that keeps me from seeing those things on Twitter. And so, like, you mute those words, those you don't see those tweets. So you've been having a bad problem looking up Rotten Tomato numbers before watching movies. Rotten Tomatoes, I don't know, they're hit or miss. Although Rotten Tomatoes have been pretty good with The Woman King, they're both the critics and the audience scores like 95, 97, I think. So that one is great. The audience score is always higher than the critic score, and that says a lot to me. That says a lot to me. Uh, Make me. Oh, yes. Blockbuster. I remember when it went away. Mm. Yeah, I don't like to listen to critics when it comes to whether or not I'm going to watch a movie because because good or bad is objective or subjective. What is it? Objective. Good or bad is objective. It's really based on your own personal taste. And I would trust, like I would have to find somebody whose taste I trust. And then be like, okay, if this person, if we have similar tastes and they say it's good or bad, like, like right now that person is my sister, my middle sister. We have similar tastes. So we can tell each other whether or not we like the movie, and then we can recommend movies to each other. But like critics, I don't know about critics. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See that reviews on great. Yes, 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 yes. See that movies on great movies for sure. Okay. Well, that's no problem. It was nice talking to you. You have a great day too. And like I said, I'll be back. I may have a video this Friday if I get, and this video will be on my top 5 favorite comic book movies. I'm saying it out loud, so I make myself get up and do it. So that will be out this Friday. And then next Monday, another live. So I'll see you then.